Hey, what's going on, guys? Dr. Jason Torado. So I just want to give you a quick message, and I want to talk to you about how powerful it is to say yes to things. Not to all things, but I just want to explain to you something. I try to think things out as often as I possibly can before I start making decisions. Um, but for the most part, and don't get me wrong, I've made a lot of mistakes in practice. As I've told you before, my first few years, I literally made a poverty level income in my practice. But even though I've made a whole bunch of mistakes throughout my 30 years, 32 years in practice, I don't regret them. I really don't. And when I look back at my life, I can and literally connect the dots. I can see how God has really created this pathway for me to bring me to exactly where I am today. So again, I don't regret any of those things that I've done, and I really think that those steps that I took, even though they were difficult at times, they were really the key steps to my success. And part of that success was the ability to be able to make decisions, and not just regular decisions, but I mean quick decisions, decisions that have changed my life, and pivotal decisions that have helped me create success. Now, don't get me wrong; I've had failures. I've had more failures than I've had successes. Right? So think about that. But looking for but I will tell you that when I look at those decisions in the past, I've said yes much more than I've said no. And so looking for and not all those decisions, those yes decisions that I made were complete home runs, right? A lot of those, yes decisions turned out to be singles and doubles and things like that. Home runs come, but they're far and few between. You really become successful from the singles, from the doubles, and every now and then you get a triple or a home run. Looking for a home run every single time, that's just not realistic with everything that you do. And I'll be honest with you, if you're looking for a home run in everything that you do, that's going to bring in that's going to cause you to take risks. It's going to cause you to maybe do things that are morally and ethically, questionable. And it's going to be really risky. And remember, it's a slippery slope. God has a very interesting way in teaching you, what is correct and what is not correct. And so it's a slippery slope. And the more you take these chances, the more the slipperier the slope, the more you end up getting risks. So I'll tell you something. I've been told by some people that when it comes to making decisions, when it comes to actually doing things, I've been told that I'm a mile wide and an inch deep. Now, what does that mean? One of the things that these people really don't understand is that I discover, whenever I start working and whenever I dive into something, I mean, I go more than a mile deep. I go 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 20, 100 miles, whatever it takes. I go deep as much as I possibly can, and I look to learn how to do something. Learn it, and I look to practice it, and I look to master it. I really do, and I look to master it better than anybody else, faster than anybody else. And the only way that I could really discover a lot of these opportunities is really by saying yes to things, right? And taking that risk to as many opportunities as possible that come to my table. It's not from saying no. And again, these things can be risky at times. And so, whenever I make a decision, I I kind of think about a few things. I think to myself, is this decision going to get me to my goals? Is it going to bring me to my 1 year goal? Is it going to bring me to my 3 year goal? Is it going to bring me to my 10 year goal? Very, very important. That's one thing that I consider whenever I make a decision. And also, and when it comes to my business, whether it's my consulting business or my chiropractic business, when making a decision, I think to myself, okay, is this decision going to add in some way, shape, or form to provide value or provide lifetime value to my patient or a chiropractor that I coach? Very, very important. I think to myself, is this going to increase, or before making a decision, is this going to increase the quantity? Is it going to increase the quality of the product that I offer? Is it going to increase, or is it going to is going to add to the quality of the chiropractic service that I provide to my patient, or again, or to the consulting services that I offer the chiropractors that I coach. I think also very, very important, this is probably the top consideration when I make a decision, is this decision going to allow me to free up my time? So in other words, am I going to be spending money so that it can free up more time for me so that I can focus on things that I want to do or focus on things that I need to do? I also think whenever I make decisions about something, I think, okay, is this going to make me smarter? Is this going to put more money inside my pocket? Obviously, right? It doesn't always have to be to get me wealthier, but I would like it to make, the decision should make me more wealth. And if it doesn't bring me more money, if that decision doesn't bring me more money, well, then I think, is it going to make me smarter? Okay, is it going to make me smarter? That's really important, because with smarts and with intelligence, you could actually make more money. Money is easier to come. I think to myself, is this going to add to my position, meaning my unique selling position? I think like that. That's really important. I think that too many chiropractors specifically, I think they don't say yes to new ideas. They don't say yes to a lot of opportunities. And the reason why they don't say yes to a lot of opportunities, is because, number one, they probably don't like to make decisions. Another one is they like saying no, right? They kind of get off on saying no. They think it's like a power thing. I think that I think there's a lot of dogma in our profession. I think there's a lot of fear in our profession. And as a result, a lot of chiropractors are stuck. They're just stuck in the ways of doing things. And they don't want to bring in new ways of doing things into their office and into their profession. And so what happens is they miss out on a lot of really, really juicy opportunities that can change their practice, that can change their life, that can change the overall chiropractic profession. I think that, so just think about it this way. So the next time you're faced with some type of an opportunity, or maybe you're faced with some type of decision, the next time, you want to just quickly ramble off and say no to something, stop for a second. Just stop. Analyze it and just ask yourself, why am I saying no? Why am I not saying yes to something like this? Is it because I'm scared? Is it because I'm afraid that it's not going to work out? I'm going to fail? Is it because I've got this fear of change and doing things a little bit different? Do I have fear that maybe my colleagues or maybe my family are going to ridicule me in some way, shape, or form, or they're going to get on my case? Am I going to be embarrassed, in front of my colleagues for maybe deciding to do this or something like that? Don't just whip off a no. I mean, think about what it is that you're doing, because the bottom line is without change in your life, something sleeps inside you and will remain unawake. That's the bottom line. And you have to remember that person that is inside of you, that is sleeping, must wake up. You've got to wake up that person. You have to wake up that person, because that person that's sleeping, that's the real you. And if you can wake up that real you and bring out that real you, you can have an amazing life. You can have an amazing practice. And that's the life that God wants you to bring out. That's the real you. Wake up that sleeping you. Okay, guys? That's it for today. It's real short. I just wanted to leave that message with you, because I feel that it's really, really important. All right, guys. Hey, by the way, October 1st, we've got a pilot program. It's a group mastermind. It's all of my stuff kind of wrapped up into one program. It's going to last from October until January 1st. It's $295 a month. I've never done anything like this before, but it's got some great, great information. It's guaranteed that you're gonna make more money in your practice. It's going to help you see your practice a lot better, understand how to practice and how to create systems in your practice, so that you don't have to work so hard. You can free up your time. It's going to help you make better decisions. I highly recommend that you guys get into it. If you want information, just shoot me a message below and I'll send you all the details. Talk to you soon, guys. Love you.